Hello team, this is character battle where we're given two strings and we need to go character by character and point it out to see which string wins. So in the case of hello and world, hello being us and world being the opponent, we lost because world has more points, especially that W, right? It's way further along than H. Pizza and salad, in that case, we won because we have the two Z's in there. Something like cats and dogs spelt weirdly, right? Again, we won because we have that T, the special character, or the T and the 5, right? The special characters in here don't count for anything, right? They just count for 0. So stuff like that. If there's a difference, then either we retreated or they retreated, right? Trying to figure it out because there's not enough characters to do it. So lots of stuff going on here, but it should be pretty easy to figure it out, right? Let's do that now. So over to here, the first thing that I want to take care of is if these two strings are different lengths, right? If they're different lengths, there's no reason to go on. So let's not do that. In this case, we can go if my army, right? My army dot length is greater than opposing, just like this, army dot length, then return like this, opponent retreated, right? That's what we're doing. So opponent retreated, just like that, right? So if my army dot length is greater than the opposing army dot length, then the opponent retreats. They don't have enough resources to get the job done, okay? Same thing happens if my army dot length is less than opposing army dot length, then we retreated, right? We retreated just like this, great. And now we start rolling up the code. So right here we need a total. So let's go let total equal 0, just like this. And I'm going to do a for loop. I don't know why I keep hitting the if. There will be an if, but getting ahead of myself, right? Let I equal 0 and I is less than my army dot length. You could also use opposing army dot length because now we're guaranteed at this point for them to be even, right? One is not less and one is not more, so they must be the same. They must be, logically, okay? I plus plus, just like this, dropping into our loop and doing a thing. Now, we're going to get the points for each individual letter. And for that, I'm going to create a function called get value. We haven't done that yet. We'll come back to it, but get value is going to get my army at I. So whatever that I value is, I'm going to do it. And that's part of the beauty of using a loop is that I didn't have to split the strings apart. I can just reach in and get the piece that I need, right? Hopefully that makes sense, makes it easy. We're going to do them as well. So them, spelling it right, T-H-E-M, just like this. That is opposing army I, right? Now, if they're not even, if they're even, we leave it alone because nobody is a clear winner. So why bother? Okay. So us not equal to them. We just don't know which direction it is, right? Are we greater or are they greater? We'll find out in a second right now. Okay. Total is going to be a new number. Us greater than them, just like this. Then total plus 1. Otherwise, total minus 1, okay? And what this is doing is it is constantly moving the needle of this total. It'll be a positive number if we're winning or a negative number if they're winning, right? If we're losing. So that will shift that direction for us to get things figured out. At which point, now we just need to go down here and return some stuff, right? So right above this, if total is greater than 0, great, we won, right? So return, we won. We won, okay? Otherwise, total is less than 0, and we lost, right? That's what we're doing. Otherwise, returning, it was a tie, just like that, making sure I spelled it right. It was a tie, okay? all that's left is to do this get value function, right? Because that's where the tricky math happens. How do we get letters translating into numbers, right? The numbers 0 to 9 will translate into numbers, but the letters not so much. We need to do some stuff there, okay? So right here, we can jump up, creating that function, get value, let's call it S for string, okay? And we are going to do stuff. The first thing that we're going to do is test if we have a number, right? Now, I'm going to use regular expressions because I like it, but it might not be the fastest. So just be aware. The regular expressions here, though, I like them because they're very clear on what they're trying to do, okay? We're testing numbers here, the range from 0 to 9, which is a test of S. Brilliant. If that's true, then return number S, right? So we coerce that number, which is currently a string, that's what the S is, into a number, sending it back, doing the job, and done, okay? From there, we want this same thing, but we want to do it for A to Z, okay? And notice that I'm not doing the I in here. I want only lowercase a to lowercase z, right? So if that's true, then I need to do some math, okay? And that math looks like this. We're going to get s.charcode at 0, right? There's only one letter, so it's always going to be 0. And we are going to subtract 96. Where did I get 96 from? Well, the lowercase a in the Unicode index is 97, right? But we want this to be one index, so we only subtract 96. I will show you a different way of doing this in a second, but follow me along as I keep going. So A to Z, just like this. This is the capitals. A not popping in there. There it is. A to Z as capitals. And this time we're going for 39, okay? And this one's a little bit different. So the capital A is character code 65, I believe, right? Well, if we subtract 65, we get 0, right? And we don't want to be 0. We want to start at character code 27, right? So this is 65 minus 39, which gets us there, okay? It gets us to the right place. At which point we have our numbers, our letters, everything else is return 0, okay? And hopefully that's making sense, and we test it, and it passes. Now, if this is not making sense, let's go back to this for a second, okay? So we've tested for lowercase, we've tested for uppercase, and we are doing this math, but 96 and 39, they're kind of magic numbers, right? So we don't like magic numbers. We don't really know what they mean. Anyone that comes in here is going to go, what does 96 mean? What does 39 mean? That doesn't mean anything to them. So instead, what we can do is I'm going to comment that away, and instead we're going to take this character code right here and go, sorry, I forgot the quotes, putting a lowercase a in there. So character code A, what's the character code for A? Well, it is 97, right? 97. So this if this is an A minus 97, that's going to be 0. We want it to be a 1 index, so we go plus 1, right? Same thing, if we grab all this, copy it, paste it in here, right? But make it a capital A, and this time we add in what? Well, we add in 27, right? Because we're subtracting it down to 0. Capital A minus capital A is 0. We want it to start at 27 because the lowercase z is 26, right? So plus 27. Still a little bit of magic numbers, but hopefully easier to reason about, right? And that's what we're going for here with that bit of code. And of course, it all still works. It works great. And this is kind of where I would leave it, right? Could we change the way that we test things in here? Probably, right? There's probably a performance optimization by moving away from regular expressions. That's the word I'm looking for, right? But for today, it makes sense to me. So this is where I'm going to leave it, okay? So with all that, we tested, right? The first thing that we did was we tested to make sure that we had even length strings. If we don't, no point in going on. Let's return early and get it done, okay? From there, we looped through and got values, and those values came from here. So if it was a number, we return that number. If it was a lowercase letter, we do some math here to get the lowercase value. If it was uppercase, we do the math to get the uppercase value. Otherwise, for everything else, we just return 0, right? We tally that up. That's going to be a positive or negative number, or maybe it's 0 because it's a tie, right? So based on that, we can do this bit where if it's greater than, we win. If it's less than, we lose. Otherwise, it was a tie, right? And it all just works out. That's it, right? Again, there are different ways to do this. Could this be in some sort of a case statement, a switch statement? Absolutely. Could we have done our math differently and done the comparison different? Yes, absolutely. And if you use one of those and you want to share it, hit me up in those comments, right? Otherwise, also let me know whether you liked this one, whether you hated this one, all that good stuff. But for now, this is Character Battle, and I will see you in the next one.